Hello friends, and I am Rohan Udvani from Edu's Fun. Today we are going to learn about metals and non-metals. Here is a short video on it. There are about 118 elements known. It is difficult to study all their properties separately. So the elements showing similar properties are grouped together. This is the classification of elements. They are broadly classified into two: metals and non-metals. Minerals. They are naturally occurring inorganic substances found deep under the surface of the earth. Ore. It is a mineral from which one or more metals can be extracted profitably. And picture of an ore is visible to you. Metallurgy. It is a sequence of processes used to extract a metal in its pure form from its ore. It involves the following steps. Number 1. Concentration. It is the removal of impurities. Number 2. Reduction. It is the reduction of the metal to get it in its free state. Number 3. Refining. It is the purification of the metal. Physical properties. Number 8. Physical state. All metals are solid at room temperature except mercury, which is liquid. Non-metals like carbon, sulfur exist in solid state, bromine in liquid, and chlorine and oxygen in gaseous state. You can see mercury and bromine in liquid state at room temperature. Melting and boiling points. Iron has a melting point of 1536 degrees Celsius and a boiling point of 3000 degrees Celsius, but cesium has a melting point of only 28.7 degrees Celsius. Sulfur has a melting point of 109 degrees Celsius, but carbon has a very high melting point, which is 3723 degrees Celsius. Density. Metals have a high density, while non-metals have less. Hardness. Most metals are hard and can withstand high pressure, but sodium and potassium cannot, whereas non-metals are not hard. They are brittle and break into pieces when hammered. But carbon is very hard, and diamond, which is the hardest substance, is also a non-metal, which is its form. Malleability. Metals are malleable, that is, they can be beaten into thin sheets, whereas non-metals are non-malleable. They are brittle and break into pieces. Luster. Metals have a shining luster called as metallic luster, whereas non-metals have a dull appearance. That is, they are non-lustrous. Iodine is the only non-metal which has a luster. Ductility. Metals can be drawn into thin wires. This property of metals is called ductility. Non-metals are non-ductile. That is, they cannot be drawn into thin wires. Thermal conductivity. Metals are good conductors of heat, whereas non-metals are poor conductors. Electrical conductivity. Metals are good conductors of electricity, whereas non-metals are insulators. But graphite is the only non-metal which can conduct electricity. It is a form of carbon. Sonorosity. When a piece of metal is struck with something hard, a ringing sound is produced. This property is called sonorosity, and metals are said sonorous. Non-metals are non-sonorous. This properties of metals is used in making of wells. Chemical properties. Metals react with oxygen to form metallic oxides, which are basic in nature. Non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides, which are acidic in nature. Metals react with water to liberate hydrogen gas. Potassium and sodium are highly reactive to water, hence they are stored in kerosene. Non-metals do not react with water. Metals react with dilute acid to liberate hydrogen gas and form metal salts. Non-metals do not react to acids. Metals like aluminium and zinc react with other elements. Reactions. These are some of the reactions. You can see them. Reactivity of metals. Reactivity. It is the tendency of an element to react with other substances to form compounds. The more is the tendency, the more is its reactivity. On the basis of reactivity of metals, a table has been made called as the reactivity table. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, copper, mercury, silver, gold, platinum. This is the order of the reactivity table. Normal metals. They are metals which react the least with any other chemical. Gold and platinum are noble metals. They do not get tarnished and retain their luster for a long time. They are highly malleable and ductile. Due to these properties, gold and platinum are used to make jewelries. Platinum is used in dentistry and in making scientific instruments. Pure gold is very soft. Therefore, it is mixed with silver and copper to make it hard. Uses of metals. Iron is the most widely used metal. It is used for making cooking vessels, water boilers, stoves, toys, tools, pipes, agricultural implements, chains, wires, nails, bolts, electromagnets, etc. Aluminium is used for making aircraft bodies, cooking vessels, and tin foils. Copper is the most widely used metal for making electrical cables and other electrical goods. It is also used for making cooking vessels. Silver is used for making jewelry, decoration pieces, tableware. Silver is a good conductor of electricity, but it is not used for making thin wires. Uses of non-metals. Nitrogen in the form of fertilizers is essential for the growth and development of plants. Phosphorus is used in matchbox industry and in fertilizers. Iodine is an antiseptic. Sulfur is used in making firecrackers, gunpowders, and sulfuric acid. Oxygen is essential for all living beings. Diamond is used for making jewelry and in cutting and grinding tools. Graphite is used in batteries and in pencils. Alloys. An alloy is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals, or a metal and non-metal. By adding appropriate amount of other metals or a non-metal, that is, by forming alloys, the properties of metal can be modified. Alloys are generally stronger and harder and are resistant to corrosion. These are the name of the alloy, composition, and its uses.